The Garden Report is brought to you by FanDuel, the exclusive wagering partner of the CLNS Media Network.
Back to the Garden Report, talked about Jordan Walsh getting into his first game, one of the rookies in this game, the Celtics second-round pick here, and the Spurs rookie, one of many here, of course, is Victor Wembanyama. And I was on edge about coming tonight, Noah. Yeah, I had some other stuff going on, but I said I can't miss this. I can't pass up the opportunity, the one opportunity we have this year to see him. And I saw him out in Summer League over the summer, you know, the few appearances he made out there. But him integrated in this team, kind of the centerpiece of it, scoring 27 points in this game, 10 quick points to start the game. It's impressive stuff. And obviously we talked to him a little bit after the game. Gary Washburn asked him just what it's like being this rock star. Every city you're going in, people are excited to see you. You heard the crowd in the first quarter after the alley-oop and the step-back three just going, ooh, like everybody was on edge about seeing him tonight. I'm sure it was a big ticket too, even though the Spurs aren't that good. But it was impressive stuff, and there's probably about as much hype with him coming into the league as there's been any other prospect. And so far, 20 a game, 10 rebounds, 3 blocks. He's living up to it, and he did here again tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty cool to see. I mean, I haven't seen a Celtics crowd cheer so openly for an opposing player in a long time. Even when he took the floor, I thought it was Porzingis running out because normally the crowd gets excited for him, and the standing ovation or all the applause was actually for Wemby. So that was fun to watch. And you can tell he's so super talented. He's had a really good year so far, and I think some of it's being a little overshadowed almost in the sense that the team has been really struggling. So I feel like people are almost underrating how he's been performing because he's actually been pretty efficient and effective. But it was really cool to see how some of the Celtics, backup bigs responded to him. I think Neemias Queta had a couple good plays against him. He had one where he kind of powered through him. I think that'll be one he probably keeps in the highlight reel. Yeah. And then I think Garnett did a really good job with him as well, all things considered. So it was fun to see the Celtics backups, take the challenge of dealing with this guy who's probably going to become a historic NBA player.
Joe didn't want to talk about him post-game. I guess I understand why, taking the attention away from what the Celtics did tonight. But Drew Holiday did. Here's what he had to say about going up against Wembanyama.
Which is just like kind of going against him for the first time this season.
He's fun to play against. He's an anomaly. He's definitely a challenge to be able to be that tall and that versatile. Sometimes I think I guarded him twice, and I think he just caught it, shot it over me. For me, especially as a defender, I like that type of stuff because I want to figure out how to stop that. But I think he's a really good player, really good young player. So I think his future is bright, and how he plays the game, I love to watch.
Because that's what we've seen Drew do all year, is guard centers. I'm sure we're going to see that again in Friday's game against the Nuggets, him at least starting on Nikola Jokic and seeing where they go from there. But he's too tall for Holiday. He's too tall for anybody, really. Standing next to him in the hallway, and I'm a good 6'2" here, and he's, 7'3"? So it's impressive to see. He's only going to get better. Like, this is the baseline for him. And he's already Defensive Player of the Year candidate, I'd imagine, given the rim protection he's provided. The numbers on and off with him for San Antonio are just ridiculous defensively. Obviously, they're just not a very good team, but they're actually decent when he's out there defensively. So does he add more muscle? Does he add playmaking chops? I know Greg Popovich talked before the game that he's just got to let him be a little loose out there, kind of like Manu Ginobili. He tried to rein in his loose style, and he learned to just not do that and let him be himself. So what balance he strikes, what he adds to his game, I'm going to be really interested to see in the coming years here.
Yeah, it was funny to hear Drew Holiday talk about it and kind of gave you a little bit of a perspective on the mind of a really good defender, how it's a little bit like a puzzle. It's not just about the physical ability of actually guarding him, but, learning his tendencies, learning how to, figure out where he puts the ball, things like that. So that was cool. And it was also interesting to see Greg Popovich talk before the game about, I think there's been a lot of this discourse around, like, is he a center? Is he going to be a Joel Embiid or a Kevin Durant? Those kinds of things. So I think with the evolving game, it's more likely that he's not going to there's no chance he's going to be a traditional post player. I think probably nobody that's a high prospect is going to come through and just be a conventional role player, post player. Even Joel Embiid, we don't see him playing that way. But certainly to see him at this age already so skillful and so dominant and making such an impact on the game, even surrounded by a cast that's probably one of the weakest rosters in the league, it's exciting.
And I asked before the game if there was any regret with that roster letting go of Derek White. Pop said no. I'm sure
He
there
has
is
to have a little,
there.
yeah. He would be so perfect to match up with him.
Yeah, and DeJounte Murray as well, who I guess they're interested in maybe bringing back. So we'll see what they're able to do with the roster going forward. But this year, certainly not enough around Wembanyama. You see it in the final score here tonight. Celtics just blew away the Spurs in this one, start to finish. And they're going to move on to the opposite end of the spectrum, the defending champion Nuggets on Friday. Any expectations? Anything you're watching for in that one?
I think it's going to be a battle. When we were talking about this home winning streak and how long it's going to continue, I had this one starred as like this one is probably going to go down to the wire. I think the Nuggets just dropped one against Philadelphia. They're probably going to come back fired up. So it should be a good game.
I'm looking forward to it. Noah, we'll have her back again here soon. Good welcome you into the Garden Report here tonight. Check out our other video talking about Jordan Walsh's debut here on Celtics All Access. You can see Wembanyama, Walsh both talking after this game on CLNS Media. That's it for tonight here on the Garden Report. Noa Dalzell, Bobby Manning. Celtics beat the Spurs on to the defending champs on Friday.
The NFL season is wrapping up, and there's still time to get in on the action with FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place a $5 bet. FanDuel, official partner of the NFL.